Oh yeah, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to MLTT, Major League Table Tennis. This is day one of week number 6. I see some familiar faces, I see some fresh faces, and I am thrilled to be here for the action. The moments you've been waiting for. Let's first call in the officials, Peter Chung and William Chung. And the first team to call in, they're in 4th place right now, but they are top 4 in the West Division. Make some noise for Texas Smash! And their opponents in 3rd place right now in the West Division. Make some noise for the Seattle Spinners! Spinning all the way in, and now that the Warriors have entered the arena and everybody is here, let's shake some hands and slap some skins and let the games begin.
Well, welcome wherever you are to week 6 of Major League Table Tennis. We are coming to you live from the Alameda County Fairgrounds in Pleasanton, California, in one of the hotbeds of table tennis in the US, the Bay Area. We have some electric matches coming up in a very tightly contested division, the West Division. Much closer contesting than the East. Some very close score lines. And we're going to start off tonight with the Seattle Spinners taking on the Texas Smash. I'm Matt Hetherington. And this week, I'm joined by Sean O'Neill, who I have not had the pleasure of commentating with for quite some time. So I'm very much looking forward to tonight. Sean, in such a tight competition here in the West Division, which you've commentated for before, what kind of excitement are we looking forward to here with these teams?
Well, Texas has to get on the board. They are a little bit behind the rest of the teams. However, they're very well trained with Coach George Pizzigayo. I'm looking forward to the first match with Nikhil Kumar, 2-time current men's national champion, playing against David McBeth. It should be a great matchup.
It's certainly going to be a great start to this team tie. And of course, aside from that first match mentioned between Nikhil Kumar and Dave McBeth, second singles match will be between Johan Hagberg, Nandan Naresh, followed by a mixed doubles combination, Olajide Omateo and Fabiola Diaz for the Spinners will take on Dave McBeth and Amy Wong for the Texas Smash. We've got a youth table tennis matchup in the third singles between Andrew Tsao and Daryl Tsao, and then winding things up before the Golden Game in the fourth, Olajide Omateo against Hiromitsu Kazuhara. So a pretty star-studded lineup there for both teams.
Both these players, with Nikhil Kumar on the far side, lefty, plays with a lot of change of pace, mixes it up quite a bit, but still has a lot of power. See him on the right-hand side. Very good form. You will hear him quite quickly against David McBeth, who is one of our Team GB players, excellent player, plays off the table a little bit. Take a half a step back and really deliver some very strong forehands and backhands. A lot of power.
And of course, quite a lot of experience, being a former runner-up at the English National Championships and also a member of the British team on a number of occasions at the senior level.
Yes, he has played in the World Championships for Great Britain, and I think he's really getting a lot more comfortable with Major League Table Tennis. I think the first outing that we had in Santa Cruz, he was still kind of finding his way, especially with the Golden Game. But after their last competition, definitely doing much better.
And of course, Nikhil Kumar should feel relatively at home here. Being a two-time back-to-back U.S. national men's singles champion, and based out here in the Bay Area. And we have fortunate to have with us the mayor of Pleasanton with his son. You've just seen there in the audience. Plenty of table tennis fans here. As I said, the Bay Area really a hotbed of competitive table tennis in the U.S.
Spinners to serve. Love all.
Nikhil making sure that his rubber is firmly attached.
You don't want that coming off during the first point, Sean.
One.
Certainly, with Nikhil, the first game is quite important for Dave Macbeth. It's all about trying to find some rhythm against a player who's generally very disruptive.
You'll see Nikhil a lot of slower openings and then all of a sudden a fast follow-up, or he'll just drive the first ball. And that was a nice example there with just a control backhand. So look for Nikhil just to, as Matt said, mix things up quite a bit. Macbeth, he can get planted a few feet back and just deliver strong. Forehands and backhands. His height, big advantage at 6'4".
2-1.
These two players are pretty close together on the Major League Table Tennis standings. Currently, Nikhil in 12th position, Dave Macbeth in 14th.
That's a nice drop shot there by Nikhil. He's going to try to keep Macbeth a little bit closer to the table, taking advantage of that height in order to play, I would say, more balls into the middle, or at least into that transition point. David wants to step back and get his attacks going.
2-3.
Gets that one over the end. Both of these players are strong singles players for their teams. Dave Macbeth 10-8 in singles. Nikhil Kumar 12-3.
3-4.
Originally, Matt, I thought that they might put Nikhil in the doubles, but I think the challenge is, as a lefty playing with Fabiola Diaz, she tends to be such a backhand-oriented player that they were jamming themselves a little bit there. And I talked to Nikhil about it, and he thought, you know, Omatara and Fabi Diaz played so well together. It's not a huge surprise that the Seattle Spinners went that route. But Nikhil is excellent in doubles as well. Often plays with Amy Wong.
Yes.
5-4.
Kumar going for his shots.
I definitely think it's the right shot for Nikhil to play off of the controlled opening. It's just Nikhil has to move a little bit closer into the table. It seems when he takes a big swing, sometimes it starts quite deep. I love him when he drops shots off the bounce.
5-6.
Now, one of the crazy things about his game is that even when the ball's long, he can still push back short.
Yeah, great touch.
Macbeth, bit of an unforced error there. Again, just struggling to deal with these changes in timing. Kumar gets a 3-point from the serve. Starting to open up a bit of a lead here.
Nikhil has such good self-confidence, always giving himself encouragement. If he misses a shot, you can often read what's on his mind because he'll go through a quick little diatribe of what he did wrong. But he's never afraid, no matter who he plays, that he can be out there competing.
Now Seattle and Texas from weeks 2 and 4 are currently 1-1 head-to-head. Macbeth on both occasions against the Spinners, having won his matches 3-0. So I'm sure the team will be relying on him to try and get out here and get them a good start. Hasn't come up against Nikhil Kumar yet, though. This is the first time. Macbeth going for the heavy push into the corner.
Nikhil continually trying to mix it up, just not giving Macbeth the same ball to deal with. Oh, that's a nice forehand flip by Macbeth. He made a previous one that Nikhil got back, and I think he got caught off guard that it would come back, but right now he's got 2 serves, down 8-10. Again, we will not play deuce at 10-10. It will be a golden point. 1 point takes the first game.
11.
And Macbeth sends another forehand flick over the end. Nikhil Kumar takes game 1, 11 points to 8.
Both players still kind of finding their rhythm a little bit, but Nikhil playing much more closer to what he's used to, which is, again, take pace off the serve, try to make a big shot here and there, and get the other player to be more uncomfortable. And again, you can see the celebratory remarks after each point with Nikhil.
You could definitely see that Macbeth is making a concerted effort to get the ball quick. So especially on the serve return, get the ball quick into Nikhil's backhand. Saw a couple of missed forehand flicks, missed long, fast pushes as well.
And Nikhil is just changing things up. We have down there as an offensive disruptor. He's never going to give you just clean topspin.
Yes.
After every shot, there's going to be some change in placement, some change in angle. Most importantly, change in spin. Can play very flat if he needs to. And his backhand block is very effective when he's up at the table going in both directions. So the one thing that stands out with Nikhil is I just love his fight. I think that, again, you should go out to the table thinking you can win no matter who you play. And he exemplifies that to a T.
Bit of a team chant there
Game
coming
2,
from the
smash
Texas
to
Smash
serve,
bench.
love off.
In the last match in Katy, the Texas team definitely had the crowd behind them with their chants and encouragement. See what happens later this evening when the Blasters come to play against the Portland Paddlers.
2 love.
Kumar off to a great start here in game 2. Macbeth's not looking comfortable out there yet.
And Matt, I think it is going to be difficult just to get a gauge because Kumar just keeps changing things. That's a beautiful shot by Macbeth there. And Nikhil, you can see, definitely acknowledged. Great forehand reloop.
1-3.
Another unforced error again. Macbeth targeting that backhand corner, trying to get the ball there quick.
Let. 1-3. Two, 3.
Macbeth says I can play that game as well. Again, with the height at 6'4", not too difficult to reach in for the short balls. There's a nice backhand loop to an open court. When Nikhil leaves the table, he is more susceptible to a lot more angular shots. Loves to be up on top of the table and changing the pace.
It's a stern-looking Texas Smash bench there. You have to wonder how much they think about their last encounter with Seattle, where the match was swiped away from them in the Golden Game.
4-3.
Love that Nikhil made sure that that edge ball was respected. And again, mixing up the serve, both in placement and the amount of spin. Macbeth is going to need to move a little bit.
That combo's working really well for him, the reverse pendulum and then getting in a nice quick opening.
But you can see even on the miss, Nikhil was going to side spin chop block it to take some pace off of it. And that's a great over-the-table forehand attack by Nikhil. Good drop shot. That ball came up high. Nikhil just jumped on top of it.
Certainly in terms of positivity and vocalness, it's been more one-sided.
It just seems that Nikhil is forcing a little bit more behind his ball.
A couple of lucky breaks this game, but momentum's definitely in Kumar's favor right now out there.
These are must-win points for David McBeth right now. Cannot afford to go down 0-2 and just start the festivities here, creating an uphill battle for Team Texas.
5-8.
Good safe opening there by McBeth. Just got his forehand in. Heavy spin. Kumar going for a little too much punch. And you can see what an extreme angle there by McBeth on that second forehand loop. Just hooked it in. Nikhil continues to get a lot of free points just by moving the ball around and taking time away from McBeth. Aggressive push.
Yeah, a lot of short and efficient points so far.
7-9.
Seems like that might have been the first forehand loop.
It's a little bit tight. You could see the weight transfer was a bit bunched up there for him.
Definitely didn't get around, and McBeth with two serves now to try to tie it up, but
7-10.
game point to Seattle. Nikhil sending a very early message.
Oh, and that's a fantastic finish. Great change of direction on the forehand.
So well placed, got his forehand going, then took it inside out. 2-0 lead for Nikhil Kumar. Look at that hooking shot and then finding the open court. Great body placement and movement.
One of the interesting things that came up last week, when it was 10-7, your mind automatically goes 3 game points. Then it was pointed out that, well, because it's golden point, it's actually 4 game points. So that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. So Nikhil Kumar back with his teammates on the bench. So far, just making his mark on this match. Great backhand placement and changes in pace. That last rally that we saw there, once he gets onto his forehand and starts changing the placements, hitting some inside-out angles, he's just such a versatile table tennis player. And we had the pleasure last week in the East Division of seeing Marc Duran, another player who you just see really incredible shots, lots of different variations in one point, and getting a nice showcase here from Nikhil to kick things off.
Both players, Marc Duran and also Nikhil, they're just such nice shot makers. They take advantage of those loose points, putting a lot of pressure on the opponent and mixing it up. Duran with that great backhand punch, but even off the table, bringing the ball back.
1-love.
And Nikhil continues to get a lot of these points after McBeth worked so hard for the easy ball, just overplays the backhand going long.
Oh, great opening there from Kumar.
And this is, Matt, this is one of those huge games where if you go 3-0 out of the blocks, it puts so much pressure on Johan Hagberg and Nandan to get back to either ground 0 or to extend that 3-0 lead, which going into the golden game, you don't want to be down if you don't have to be.
3-1.
Nikhil at school at Berkeley, so not having to travel too far.
Oh, great counter there
3-2.
from Macbeth.
That came out of nowhere.
You can just see, you can see how much quality is in his game when he connects things together and when he's kind of in that zone. Just
2-4.
really smooth forehand shots from Kumar.
Difference is when Kumar plays that forehand, he's always going to have more spin than what Macbeth can put on his backhand. So any ball that just floats out to the forehand, Kumar can finish. Oh, that's a nice shot by Macbeth down the line.
3-4.
Very patient with that one. You can see here, just waited for the ball to drop a little.
Just spun the heck out of it. And again,
5-3.
Kumar moving up instead of kind of going toe-to-toe from the midcourt, which Macbeth will win, jumps up onto the table and plays that final ball off the bounce. Of course, they'll change ends at 5 in the final game of this initial match.
I think one of the things that I really respect about Nikhil's game is he knows he's not a big power looper on the back end. And so instead of trying and continuously trying to make his backhand more powerful, he just uses it to set his forehand up so incredibly well.
5-4.
And it is fun to also watch when he'll do a backhand opening, then he'll punch the next one. Again, it's a change of spin and placement. His backhand down the line is very effective.
Gets in over the table. Another forehand winner.
4-6.
It's been one-way traffic so far.
And that'll be a tough
5-6.
situation if Kumar is stuck in the midcourt and Macbeth gets one loop in. Usually that ball is just flying off of his racket. So forceful.
6-all.
And Texas up on their feet here. They need to encourage their player to try and get himself on the board. Of course, in these 3-game match formats, you can still win points for the team. So Macbeth still has a chance to come out of this 2-1 rather than 3-0.
7-6.
Again, just up at the table, constant pressure, not giving Macbeth much to work with. You can see the celebration. Kumar trying to take 2 on his serve right now to create a little bit of separation.
That 7-6.
Well, it really seems that Nikhil is a fast starter, just in his style of playing. Macbeth almost seems a bit of a slow starter, just takes a while. Nikhil not giving him anything to get rhythm with. That's a nice backhand over the table by Macbeth.
7-8.
Great acceleration there. Good snap on the ball.
But not an easy ball to deal with. Nikhil's first loop, it's tough to gauge the amount of spin.
Macbeth
8-all.
seems to be playing better when he's over the table. So any of these short balls that pop up a little bit too much. All tied up at 8 points each here.
That 8-all.
forcing the issue right now, stepping over to his forehand to play a backhand. It's not clear to me whether he's trying to finish the point or just get it going. Kind of caught in between. Nikhil constantly moving that serve around.
And there's that fast flick that he's been looking for the entire match. No better time for that to go on than the present. 9-9 in this third and final game. See if Macbeth can use his 2 serves here to his advantage. Kumar just finding his timing every ball.
Just gets that critical first loop in and then stays on top of it.
And Macbeth over the table. He's going to force a golden point here in the third game of our first match for the evening.
And you could see Nikhil, he had a swing at it. The court was open, just too much power and spin. But Nikhil will have the serve.
It's going to make things interesting. And Macbeth sneaks in the counter.
What a play from the backhand side off the table. Kumar having complete power and control, but Macbeth able to use that leverage and just backhand loop kills a ball that catches the net, and you can see Nikhil's ball also hit the net, but goes long.
But he'll still take 2 games, giving the Seattle Spinners a 2-1 lead here in the first game. A great start from Nikhil Kumar and the Seattle Spinners. We're going to have a little chat with Nikhil. Just a second. Nikhil, congratulations. Great start for the team. For you, how does it feel being here in the Bay Area? I know you're playing for Seattle Spinners, but do you feel a bit of pressure to perform well here in this coast and in California?
To be honest, not really. I think I feel more of like comfortable at home in a sense, where I've been training around this area my whole life, so it wasn't too much of a travel, so getting ready for this match and preparing wasn't too difficult. I think I played pretty well, but yeah, wish I got that last set.
Yeah, you certainly had a good start. When it comes to the tactics of playing someone like Dave Macbeth, I mean, you've seen him play a little bit before. I don't know if you've played a match against him before, but how important is the timing variation for you against a player like Macbeth, who, you know, when he plays with power, he's pretty formidable?
Yeah, I think this is my first time playing Dave. He is quite good. I think I had to keep in mind with his height and everything, he's being able to reach difficult balls where I can make good placement. So I had to be ready for the ball to keep coming back. Yeah, as you said about the timing, it was very important for me. Sometimes playing quick into the body, sometimes playing a little bit slower, a little bit wider. So it was important for me to vary the timing of the game.
Nikhil, great match. One of the kind of a bigger picture question. You have played on Team USA. You've won Pan Am gold medals. You've really done it all. U.S. current national champion back-to-back. What is it like to play international players basically in your backyard? I mean, how do you think that's going to affect how the next generation of U.S. players grow as players by having this level of competition without having to travel 12, 14 hours?
Yeah, I think it's great for us, great for the future for sure, to have a league like this and be able to bring in such great players from international places. For us, it's great to be able to experience this, whether we win or lose the matches. So I've enjoyed it quite a bit, and I'm looking forward to other players, younger ones, also getting this experience as well.
All right, Nikhil, congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll see you a little bit later on in the Golden Game.
Thank you.
Fantastic start, and really you have to think a good decision there for the Seattle Spinners to put Nikhil out first. He's a player you just hate to come up against in the first match.
He just comes out of
Game
the
1.
block so fast with
Love
so much energy. And talking to Coach Luba, she was just saying, like, he really is the heart and soul of Seattle's team. He brings so much experience. But I'm thrilled to see this matchup right now with kind of the future of U.S. table tennis, junior champ just came back from the Pan Am Games.
That.
Nandan Naresh,
1 love.
very hard fighter as well, and he's up against a Swedish player.
Let. 1
Yeah,
love.
it's good to have Johan Hagberg back here. Left-handed Swedish former junior team player.
1 all.
He was out here in week 2. We didn't see him last month, so the Seattle Spinners have him back on the roster this week.
That's one of the challenges for all the coaches with 8 players on the team, to figure out which 6 are going to be taken to each meet, and then 5 are in
1,
action.
2.
I believe that Johan is also doing a bit of coaching in the LA area.
Yeah, I think in
3, 1.
OCTTA, in Orange County.
So if you are a fan of his style, and it's very, very explosive, you will see
Excuse me,
power
ball
from
boy.
all positions. But I have seen a couple of his YouTube coaching videos, and he really does
3,
a lot
1.
and brings a lot to the LA area. His Swedish knowledge and technique.
4, 1.
Right now, Nandan Naresh getting off to a strong start here. Nandan, of course, this year winner of the national men's team trial here in the US. Was also recently a bronze medalist with the US team at the Pan Am Games. That was played a couple of weeks ago in Santiago, Chile.
3, 4.
And of course, his older brother Sid is another great member of the Naresh table tennis family. Often you'll see them at U.S. team trials playing each other, going
Yes.
into the final game, usually separated by 1 or 2, and their wonderful mom just sitting back, just cheering both of them on, and wonderful
5,
family
4.
dynamics when they're playing. Every point matters, and you're in for a treat.
Nandan just lifting that ball slow with the backhand. Hagberg already out here, really going for his shots.
Nice change in placement by Nandan. Pulling a page out of the Nikhil Kumar playbook.
7, 5.
What?
Really powerful counter from Nandan.
What a powerful forehand. Just no hesitation, taking that ball out to the wide forehand. And, okay, so Hagberg made a
5,
wonderful
9.
backhand side spin return, and Nandan said no problem and just completely played that off the bounce.
6, 9.
We'll definitely see Hagberg stepping around a lot as a left-handed player and a particularly forehand dominant player. Uses a lot of forehand table coverage, especially from the backhand corner. Again, sets up another opportunity for a
10,
big
6.
counter. So 5 game points for Nandan Naresh.
Let. 10, 6.
And just swats it away with ease.
Texas match.
11 points to 6, the first game going to Nandan Naresh. He's leading the charge back for the Texas Smash.
And you can see just getting his paddle on the ball and redirecting Hagberg's spin and speed. Excellent job. Little misdirection. Lift up the elbow, find the open court.
Fantastic replay there on that one.
Now when Nandan played the first match for Texas in Santa Cruz, he went against Nikhil, and they had a great match. So now it's nice to see different matchups, and I'm sure that both coaches are trying to take advantage. Nandan has been traveling with Team USA over the last month and a half, so he should be sharp with his international play.
You can see here it's a mix of different strategies. One of them is Nandan getting that ball into the backhand corner and forcing the step around. He's trying to pick off some some forehand counter loops from that step around forehand. One of the things that's difficult when you're a player like Hagberg is getting around that corner quick enough, but also having that weight ready in your legs to hit the ball. I mean, even if you're leaning a little bit, or there's just so many small details with table tennis techniques that playing with power, everything really needs to be precise with the mechanics.
And it seems like Nandan is doing an excellent job when those balls are played out to his forehand. We've seen a couple of his backhands, especially off of that one kind of backhand side spin swipe that he just manhandled and hit for a winner. And there's, you're going to see that often with the righty-lefty. Sometimes the serves will just completely get away if you're trying to keep them short or chop the side off of them.
2-all. Let.
Net serve there from Hagberg, serving from the forehand side this time.
Again, Matt, it looks like he's just not sure of himself footing-wise when he's stepping around the backhand. Again, whether he's going to try to finish the point or just spin it.
3-all.
Much better place by Hagberg on that last one.
Of course, you see in the top corner there, upcoming doubles showdown, mixed doubles combination between these two teams. Mateo and Diaz against Macbeth and Amy Wong.
4-3.
Right now, Johan Hagberg has some problem solving to do here.
4-all.
The one thing about table tennis that there's like momentum shifts. When you have short games to 11 and quick rallies, things can change so quickly. It would only take a couple of adjustments for Hagberg to really find his comfort zone with the forehand. And things could start to shift pretty quickly. So there's also pressure on Nandan to really keep his foot on.
It also, I think, with your normal righty-lefty matchups, depending how often a right-handed player gets to play a lefty, the angles are either quite comfortable or they can play right into strikes. And Hagberg, and it doesn't seem when he's stepping on his back, and he's really figured out where Nandan's weakest. Nandan continues to put pressure.
5-7.
Of course, great to see some of the spectators here with their MLTT merch. Not just the shirts for the league, but for each individual team as well. Got some great team logos out there. Of course, we would never pick a favorite, would we, Sean?
Yeah, especially not Portland.
We'll leave that to the spectators. But always nice. I mean, if you compare it to other table tennis events, again, we come back to this team vibe, and seeing the spectators here getting their team shirts to show support is something that we really haven't seen in the US before.
And as we get more and more owners as well, you know, we've got owners here cheering for Texas, and Seattle is hoping to get an owner. Portland does.
8-all.
As well as strong ownership with the Revolution, and we've got Roger out here as one of the owners.
Yeah, and he's been traveling to every match.
It's just so exciting. Such a great supporter of MLTT and table tennis.
8-9.
And he's got a star-studded group of owners with him, with Dima Ovtcharov joining the team with Andre Liu. All right, 9-all.
Big chance here for Hagberg to try and level this match up. And he gets him with the forehand, picks up that half-long serve really well. And Nandan Naresh
9
tries to
game
whip and
two.
add the side
Seattle
spin.
spinner.
Puts the ball long, and Hagberg is going to take game 2, 11 points to 9, tying things up at 1 each. You can see how close to the edge that was. Naresh really took a big risk on the placement there. He's going to go back to the bench where Texas Smash team coach Jorg Bitzigayo, I'm sure, will be giving him a pretty thorough breakdown of how that game went and where to go tactically for the next. Johan Hagberg back to the Seattle Spinners bench. Luba Sadovska, the coach. Nikhil Kumar, no doubt, will hopefully add in some advice as a fellow left-hander. Hagberg really took it down to the wire in that second game. Did a superb job of closing it out at the end.
Time.
We'll see how this third game looks. Definitely saw more forehand consistency from Hagberg. Maybe he took his foot off the pedal a little bit to try and
Game
make sure that
3.
he was landing his
Texas
shots
Smash to
first.
serve. Love off.
You can see him pounding his legs with his paddle as if to tell them to wake up and let's get ready to rock.
1 love.
So Naresh gets the first point on the board.
1 all.
Oh, huge backhand from Hagberg.
2-1.
Sets it up so nicely, gets the first forehand and is completely committed with that running backhand.
And there's the forehand. And
1-3.
talked early in the second game about how these small little things can shift the momentum. Perhaps we're seeing
Let.
a momentum shift here for Johan Hagberg.
1-3.
Oh, that's a great loop.
2-3.
Super catch by Johan, but Nandan did a great job of turning the corner and getting his forehand in. Nandan has to remember, unlike
4-2.
kind of junior table tennis where putting the ball on the table is often enough, but he has to take advantage, put more pressure. Can't just put the ball into play against Hagberg because he'll jump on top of it, especially with his forehand.
5-2.
And players will change ends with Hagberg leading 5-2.
That's where players like Nikhil do so well, is that they're just ready to jump on points at every
5-2.
opportunity. Nandan plays a lot more consistent, moves the ball around, but he needs to have that finishing blow, especially on weak balls.
3-5.
Much stronger offense there to hopefully tie this third game up at 5 apiece.
Hagberg ending up on the ground there.
Yeah, his left foot, if you watch carefully, it really grabbed.
Oof. Yeah, he's just walking that off a little bit.
Time.
Looks like maybe he might have lost a bit of stability there in that right ankle. And he shakes it off and just swings into another big forehand.
Just great timing.
Let.
Flips the paddle over for
6-4.
a serve off the backhand side there.
Oh,
Brilliant combo.
He was just waiting for that ball to finally get over to the forehand side. And then just so fluid, nice and easy.
We've really seen a few more occasions in the second and third games where he's relied a little bit more on his back instead of saying, hey, I have to go after every forehand ball.
5-7.
Still looks like he's being a little safe, or after that last miss, kind of still stretching both ankles out a little bit. Once the point starts, he looks ready. Oh, that was a beautifully placed
6-7.
loop down the line by Nandan.
Nandan's so light on his feet when he gets around that corner.
Super whippy.
And Naresh
8-6.
pops it long.
Just can't
Yeah.
afford to miss those type of balls this late in the third game. Seattle wants to jump back to get that 2-point lead that Nikhil Kumar started the evening with.
Yeah, you could see
8-7.
Hagberg not really stepping around in that one at all. I've seen him walking a few more laps between points, shaking his ankle a bit. Naresh
8-all.
capitalizing off the serve return, ties things up at 8 points each.
And that's big for Nandan, taking 2 points on the opponent's serve so easily.
And Naresh recovering the
8,
net ball,
9.
but not enough.
Good placement by Johan Hagberg, just right into the body. And now has a 1-point lead.
Hagberg taking a huge risk at this point of the match.
Deciding he did not want to go over the net. To take it around at 2 serves, 9-all.
And pops it down the line.
9.
Very well anticipated by Hagberg. 10-9. And Naresh with a
10.
decisive answer. Just clears that ball down the line. With the back of it. Look at Daryl Sal's face, the relief.
Hagberg is in some serious pain right now, just his body motion between the points. And you can see the celebration.
Game
You can see
Seattle's
he
winner.
is really trying to protect that ankle. I don't know if he's going to be able to get back over. He is in some serious, serious pain right now. Going to the replay, but he's having difficulty
Not
just
sure if he
getting.
can even stand up. Certainly pushed through a lot of pain there. We're going to take a look.
He's in
at
some.
this back angle.
Yeah, the tough thing is to try to determine.
Yeah,
Ooh.
oh, you could.
I mean, that's just for the rest of the match, playing on just sheer grit and determination. You can just see it
See the foot slip.
push, and it basically both legs took an extra pulling action. And how he was able to get that last set of points there.
And we're going to get Luba here in the headset to have a little chat. Obviously very concerned about the player after that injury. Luba, obviously a good scoreline ending. Tough to see one of your players injured like that. How proud are you of him to fight through that much pain and get himself over the line?
I am. I'm very proud. This is unbelievable. He won 2-1, played really good. I don't even know what to say, but yeah, I'm just worried about him right now, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine. We'll work on it. Okay.
So we won't keep you so that you can get a chance to go over and see exactly It'll be interesting. I don't know even the rules for how a golden game could change if he's
Yeah.
unable to play, but I'm sure we'll get some clarification
Yeah.
from Flint. But you know, he completely that sliding.
Yeah, I'm just surprised actually that he finished the game. So good on him, but I hope he just didn't make it worse. So I'm gonna be talking to him right now and see how he feels.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can finish with the golden game.
Well, we'll let you get to him. Hopefully everything works out for him.
Yeah,
and you
thank
see
you.
him back in the golden
Thank
game.
you.
You know, I could see Matt during some of the rallies in between them that he was just like focusing on breathing, that he wasn't really even thinking about the match, but he was in so much pain. And to play those last few points with the offense, with the weight transfer when both ankles are having some type of issues. Tough to say whether it was quads, hamstrings, or ankles, but clearly that slippage on that one point really threw things awry. Well, now we've got a real traditional mixed doubles match with styles couldn't be more different. The smoothness of Amy Wong and David Macbeth
Yellow spinner
against the
to serve.
punching and offense
Yes, sir.
of
Amy
Fabiola
15.
Diaz
Game 1, love off.
and Mr. Omotara.
1, love.
I have a feeling there are going to be a lot of quick points in this match.
Yeah, looks like
Love
Diaz is
2.
trying to set the pace. A couple of very quick points there for Seattle Spinners duo.
And Fabiola, well, we've
Love
seen her
2.
in all the doubles that she's played. She will challenge the serve receiver with very aggressive serves, which you don't see so often in doubles.
Love 3.
And they've been effective. She was doing it against the male player and the female player in our last matchup in Santa Cruz.
3, 1.
So Macbeth and Wong on the board here. And Fabiola
4,
just
1.
picks that backhand punch with ease. You can see for the most part, Wong and Macbeth trying to play with a bit more control. Lots of short game close to the net. It's tough when you're playing against players who are intentionally playing loose to try and disrupt that.
3,
And I think Macbeth is going to, while playing to Fabiola, just keep the ball really low and tight, not giving her anything to really swing at.
Couple of net breaks there. Amy Wong finishes it off. Of course, very well worth noting that Amy recently won a gold medal in the women's doubles at the Pan Am Games,
And then
as well as the women's teams.
to beat Fabiola's sister
Yes,
in a very close 5-game, I want to say deuce in the 5th.
yeah, I think 16-14 in the 5th.
So take care of
let,
one Diaz
4, 5.
female player, and you still have a couple more to go.
And that long, fast serve variation from Diaz. Again, like you said, you wouldn't typically see that in doubles. Most players are, especially the right-handers, well, right and left-handers are both on the forehand in doubles, so it can be risky to serve long.
Amy has excellent double serves as well. She's really been a mainstay for the U.S. women's team, playing with Rachel.
Well-timed comment,
Yeah.
Sean. So we just got confirmation that
5, 8.
if Hagberg is not able to play in the golden game, then his spot will be effectively empty. So it will be 4 points
9, 5.
and however many rounds will go.
You know, my guess, Matt, is that seeing how he handled the injury in his match, that he'll still go out.
I think so, yeah.
And even if it means changing his style of play or going for even faster, bigger shots, just that's how he played out there and taking the points that he needed. So, but that
9,
is
6.
this we hadn't anticipated if a player did get an injury after their singles match before the Golden Game.
7-9.
So certainly adds a little bit more pressure on the Seattle Spinners to try and get ahead here in these individual matches. If they can get a 5-point lead, you know, potentially go up 10-5 in the singles and doubles, that could at least neutralize any potential loss. But Dave McBeth.
Such a beautiful technique, just driving that ball home on the forehand side. Just no difficulty whatsoever. And that's the shot making of
10-9.
Omotaya, just taking a, not even a weak topspin, a strong topspin, redirecting it. That's been the strength of this team, mixed doubles team from Seattle. But Texas gets on the board, taking 11-9, game 1. Bring it back to 4-3 in the overall game standing here in the third and pivotal match.
So a slim margin for Wong and McBeth, but no doubt York Betsegaya will be trying to guide them to get those margins even further apart. They certainly did a good job of keeping things tight. Short game, steady openings, some great counters from McBeth. Amy Wong finishing off some of those.
And it just seems that with Texas, they're setting each other up a lot better. With the spinners, they're just both kind of going for big shots, not necessarily playing one ball into the opponent to allow their partner. We've got Adam Bobrow keeping the local crowd and fans excited.
Somehow, by the end of the weekend, he is on first name terms with everybody in the audience. It's pretty unique in table tennis that he has such a great connection with the spectators here.
He will have played everyone.
That's also true.
At least provided some exciting moves there, and now Seattle jumping out.
McBeth still seems to be struggling with those flip receives. Now, of course, the doubles is always a great opportunity for anybody out there who's participating in the Major League Table Tennis Fantasy League over on Fantasizer.com. Sean, I know you're in there. I don't know who your picks are this week.
Well, I know I'm chasing you. That's the problem. Is that I'm also
a lot of people are chasing you.
Well, I'm also chasing Evan, who I'm sure is watching. So I need to get my A game going, but I do have Amy this weekend because won her double gold medals at the Pan Am Games, and also she's the Pan Am Championships women's singles champion. So although she's only playing doubles, I know that she'll do well in the Golden Game.
For those of you who don't know how it works, it's I'll try and explain it quite briefly. Each round of the tournament, so right now we're on week 6 West Division. Get a nice big budget to choose a team of 8 players that are competing on these teams this weekend. And you'll get rewarded points for singles, doubles game wins, and Golden Game points. And some pretty neat prizes out there. I think somebody won a $250 Amazon gift card last week. So unfortunately, me and Sean are just in it for fun. So we can't win. So nice for the rest of you.
But bragging rights within the...
Bragging rights are on.
Right, the commentary
definitely
team,
on.
as well as I want to try to beat Flint. He beat me without even looking to see who he was picked in the first week.
Well, I was quite entertained by a bit of healthy smack talk from Evan last week, so it's on.
It's definitely a fun chance for the fans to pick their favorites
and form their own team. I think that's a
Exactly.
cool part of it. It's going to be very interesting next month with the cross. Right now, we've seen a big turnaround here.
And that's not so unusual in mixed doubles when the orders are changing in the male. But look at Amy Wong.
4-9.
Just taking Omotay's forehand push and driving it for a winner. But
And Beth quite far off the table, maybe a little bit more so than usual.
yeah, especially if you're dealing with Fabi Diaz's backhand pips, and that game is over.
That one went by pretty quickly.
So Seattle has to be pleased. They'll probably have the better order after the 5-point change here in game 3. But uncharacteristic, Amy Wong, a lot of straight mistakes, and Macbeth having issues with being close to the table. But it looks like for Seattle, this pair is a really nice matchup.
Yeah, and we've really looked at different doubles pairings from different teams, particularly, obviously for me, having been doing the East Coast commentary last week, talking about their different doubles combos and teams that seem to have found the right doubles combination that have set it, and then some of the teams are out there still experimenting a little bit and seeing whether certain pairings will work better than others. Again, another thing to get excited about next month with the cross division, where the East and West Coast teams will all play against each other
Time.
in 3 very busy days of table tennis matches in South Carolina.
Really a chance for each team to do damage outside their division and try to make up some serious points, where normally you're only playing 3 teams. Now they're going to be playing all 4 of the opposing conference. So, but again, with this
Game
mixed
3.
doubles
Finish.
lineup,
Serve. Love off.
gotta think that Texas wants to jump out quickly and not have what happened in game 2 be a repeat. But Seattle, solid openings. And there's the deep aggressive serve by Fabi Diaz, not afraid to challenge the serve receiver with a deep serve.
Let. Love 2.
Oh, nice forehand flip.
Love
Omotaya
3.
did that in the last mixed doubles match that he played with Fabi, scoring some great forehand flips. And
3-1.
David Macbeth showing his short game prowess with a nice forehand flip kill as well. Should have been an easier ball, but a lot of side spin and underspin off of Omotayo's backhand chop.
1-5.
And look at the start for Seattle with the better order and now up 5-1.
Yeah. That's going to fare them pretty well going into the second half of the 3rd game.
And this will be Amy Wong's only match prior to the Golden Game.
Macbeth finding that open corner. So dangerous in that mid-court area when he has time.
Omotaya
6-2.
takes advantage of any loose serve, whether it's slightly high and he goes for his big flip, or if it comes off the end of the table. Just a really nice
The runaway.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just great combo, even though they play completely different styles of trying to finish the point.
3-7.
Nice combination there. 3rd ball attack
4-7.
by the Texas Smash. And they're giving the spinners a taste of their own medicine. Macbeth signaling to Wong, serve it out deep and let me play against defensive return. Let's see if Diaz does the same.
And this time, Amy Wong doing a great job there of controlling. And it's going to force the Seattle Spinners timeout as the Texas Smash close to within 1 point.
Looked like this game was going to be completely one-sided midway through.
Worth noting, this is the first timeout of this team tie. Texas still with 2 timeouts remaining.
A nice deep serve, Macbeth executing a perfect third ball attack, and then a couple of 1-2 punches. Amy with a great block on the backhand side. Texas would love to leave this match with 2 points.
You certainly see the importance of this doubles match for Seattle Spinners. Of course, the conclusion of this doubles match will lead into the third singles match, the youth showdown of American table tennis. Andrew Tsao against Daryl Tsao. It's going to be a fiery match. 2 very explosive close table players. Andrew, very forehand dominant. Daryl, very quick. I think it's going to be a fantastic match. First, we're going to see which doubles pair comes out on top here. Fabiola Diaz just nailing points with that serve.
It's just so fast and low.
Double fist pump there from Luba Sadovska on the bench. And that was slightly a bit of a doozy of a rally. That's probably the best way to explain it. Neither team wanted to get in an attack there.
Fabiola with a great opening. She's just really giving David Macbeth fits with her change of spin, aggressive serves, and just a lot of pressure.
Macbeth sends it long. It's going to be a handful of game points here for the Seattle Spinners.
At least 4.
At least 4.
8-10.
The Texas Smash take back the first one. Amy Wong now in a very important serving position. And she goes long and fast. They've learned something.
Maybe this is the new trend in doubles play. Serve it out deep.
That's going to be the end of my doubles career. And she does it again. 2 clean service winners in doubles.
And now
It's a rarity. And the pressure is going to come back.
so what does she do here? She's serving to Macbeth. I think you got to be aggressive.
She's gonna serve. Oh, and Macbeth with the push receive. Amateo finishes it off. It's a golden point for the Seattle Spinners to win this doubles match 2-1.
And Omataya just, you can see him, a little bit of extra force as he drives it, knowing that Wong is capable. He just kept the action and the momentum going. And that has been the secret to the Spinners' double success, is just working together as a team with a lot of offense.
Fantastic match there, and great momentum shift from the Seattle Spinners. And we have Fabiola Diaz down on the court. Fabiola, congratulations. A very, very closely contested match. The first game, there was a real big momentum shift, especially through the second. What kind of things did you guys change as a pair after the first game that helped you, especially in the second, win so decisively?
Well, at first, I was like missing so many balls, and they told me to like come down and just pass the ball, and that's what I did.
Sometimes it's the simple things, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, one thing, Fabi, that we've seen, and you're really the originator of serving so deep in doubles. Has that been something that you and your family members have always done when you play doubles? Because it's definitely effective.
Yeah, I've got good serves, and my dad always wanted me to use them. So, yeah, that's a big part of my game.
And how did you feel towards the end there when you had the serve in your hand at 10-10 in the third?
I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous because last time I lost a serve, so I was like, this cannot happen again. But I made it. I made it.
Well, congratulations, Fabi. A great doubles match, and I'm sure your team will be very happy with your performance there, and we'll see you in the Golden Game.
Thank you.
Great result there for the Seattle Spinners. Again, the importance of those points, given that Hagberg's injured and not sure about how that's going to look yet. Right now, again, we're going to have this youth table tennis showdown. And Daryl Sao, a very quick player, gets great acceleration in his game.
He just really drives forward. You don't see him backing up at all, willing to take on the challenge, but both these players almost a mirror image.
Game one,
with
Texas
really
match to serve.
maybe
Love
the
all.
spin and the speed being the only slight differential.
We saw Daryl out here
One
in
love.
week 4, played the opening match against Nikhil Kumar and had a really tough time. So I'm sure he'll be out here looking for some redemption in this
all.
match. Now, head-to-head at USATT events, Daryl has a 10-4 win record against Andrew Sao.
1-2.
These two have played each other quite a lot in different trial events, under 15, under 17, under 19.
Matt, would you say that Andrew has maybe the bigger forehand and Daryl a little bit stronger in the backhand-to-backhand exchanges? But, I mean, both are in really good shape, good position, good footwork, very complete games, at least offensively.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew has definitely stood out a little bit more as being a very explosive forehand-dominant player. But Daryl, he has great speed off both wings, backhand and forehand. I think it's just been really good to see these guys improving and seeing what they're investing into the game. I mean, Daryl's been spending some more time over in Taiwan training, so I know Andrew has some aspirations recently. Well, I guess not so recently, but this year turned 16, so that was something that he wanted to look into, was starting to see if there were opportunities for him to train somewhere overseas as well. So it's always great to see these players looking to fly the nest. They recognize what opportunities are out there for them and what kind of impact it can have on their career. And another great thing about this Major League Table Tennis is bringing that experience to them here as well. So for them at this age, it's an exciting prospect for them to have a league like this starting in the US.
And I think that getting to play the other Americans in the league is special, but also for both these players to get to play some international players, whether it's what we see at the next set of matches in Rock Hill, where the East meets the West, but then also just the players within their division, since the coaches do tend to move the players around.
And Andrew Sao just looking fiery out there.
I mean, this left-handed return would have been a top 10, of course, with Andrew hitting a winner off the side corner. Looking very strong here in game one.
4-8.
He's really done a good job of maintaining the pressure on his backhand side as well. Of course, earlier this year he moved back to Texas, so back home. It's been really good to see some of his progress, seeing even matches that he's played with Jimmy Butler on Facebook. Just some great highlight points from him.
5-8.
And Jimmy's also played quite a bit with Daniel Tran.
Yes.
Which is wonderful for the kids to get a chance to play across some generational changes in the game. Jimmy's still very effective with his strong serve and, of course, the Butler backhand.
I'm sure we'll be seeing Daniel later on this evening. Possibly, haven't seen the lineup yet, but
yeah, he played super in the last West Coast event, doing outstanding in both singles play, but then also in the Golden Game.
you can actually see Daniel Tran just there in the back corner.
It's always exciting to see
Portland just peeping around the curtain.
yeah, the teams checking out the competition.
7-10.
So Andrew still holding some game points, but Daryl sticking to his guns here in the first. Doesn't quite pick up that forehand over the table. And Andrew Tao takes the first game 11-7. Again, another positive start for the Seattle Spinners. The pressure is really starting to mount a little bit here on Texas. They're already trailing now 7 games.
Right, and if Andrew wins one of these next 2 games, they will be leading going in to the Golden Game, regardless of what happens in the Omotayo versus the Kasahara match. But it just seems that Seattle's a little bit faster, just a little bit more on their game. Again, what's going to happen with Hagberg from Seattle? I haven't seen.
I think he's stepped out. I saw him a few moments ago, but probably
getting some treatment or
yeah, maybe some ice or something. Sure, he'll be happy to know that Andrew Chow has been taking care of business for the team.
Game 2, Seattle to serve. Love off.
So Andrew looking to get started as quickly as possible. It'll be interesting to see tactically what changes here from Daryl. I think Andrew played quite a high-paced game, so see what Daryl can do to slow him down.
2 love.
Both these players have such strong forehands. I think as they improve and age, just their ability to set things up and to nullify the opponent's serve.
3 love.
That particular ball, Andrew unable to get his offense going. Right now, Daryl with a great 3-0 lead, trying to extend it up to 4 here in game 2.
Starting to get the serve short to the forehand side. A nice third ball attack to follow up. Always love seeing those great balances of power and placement right onto the corner. And Daryl Tao taking 5-0 lead. Sending a bit of a message here, courtesy of the Texas Smash.
At this point, for Andrew, there's no reason not to be overly offensive. You don't get extra points for losing.
5-1.
whether it's closer by a mile. But really also to make sure the momentum going into the final game. Good placement by Daryl. And this whole game has just been a clinic in placement by Daryl Tsao. What a great step around. Andrew with the quality opening.
Yeah, he really got the measure of that shot.
And again, off of a very good serve by Andrew Tsao, Daryl gets the opening deep enough to jam Andrew. Could not do anything with it at all.
This time, Daryl sends the ball long. Pretty big point buffer for Daryl in the second game still.
8-3.
Andrew willing to take some risks here. Steps around the forehand.
And it might have worked in the doubles, but he's not having a bar of it in the singles. Puts it away down the line. And like you said at the very start of this match, Daryl showing some prowess in these backhand-to-backhand exchanges.
Just so clean on the backhand. No hesitation in keeping it very deep on the table.
So a comfortable margin here for Daryl Tsao at towards the end of this second game.
Andrew has been hitting some big bombs. Seems like the 5 points that he's hit or that he's won this game have been all winners. But Daryl has really neutralized the power throughout this second game.
6-10.
Daryl's going to want to make sure that he doesn't let this drag on too much. And Tsao timing that counter perfectly. Just lumping the pressure on here. And Daryl with a barrage of counters there. Impressive speed.
And not really taking crazy shots, but being in position and just deciding that 2 offensive shots are better than 1. Getting in a wonderful quick forehand and then to follow it up with some power and placement.
Played some really great compact strokes there. Well timed, great anticipation. A superb point there to close out the second game and tie up the point score also. So about as even as things get here.
Daryl really did a great job. And Matt, as you mentioned, with a smaller stroke, might not be as powerful, but the quickness that he was delivering here really made a difference, and it put so much more pressure on Andrew when that ball's coming at him quick off the bounce, and he's taking longer and bigger swings. Very difficult to get the time in to go for the big winner.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see how these different style matchups come into
Game
play.
3, Texas to serve. Love
Speed against power, slow against power, slow against speed.
A nice block there on the wide
wide.
forehand by Andrew Sao.
You can see a bit more connection between Andrew and his bench.
This game, if Andrew is able to win it, will guarantee that Seattle goes into the Golden Game with a lead. Every game counts so much, not only for the Golden Game set, but also in the overall performances. Both these teams are fighting to get into the playoffs in the Western Conference.
And great forehand play from Andrew. You can see in the back corner there, Johan Hagberg back inside the venue. Seems to have a bit more of a smile on his face. So.
Oh, that was a nice backhand block there by Andrew. It's a high ball, and instead of going for something crazy, just pressed it down, and now has a chance to go up 5-1 as the players will change ends.
And Andrew gets in with the forehand again.
5-1.
Zero hesitation. That's really the key factor. Players switch ends. Of course, Texas hasn't used any of their timeouts yet.
I was just thinking about that. If
they do have 2 across these 4 singles and 1 doubles match. Seattle Spinners used 1 in the doubles, still have 1 remaining. And Andrew Sao just going toe-to-toe.
Just great combination by Andrew after making that first re-loop on the forehand. Just basically said to himself, no matter what comes over, I'm going to play another strong forehand, and got behind the ball with the pressure. Now it's 6-2, and again, look at that. I mean,
just impeccable timing off the bounce.
And that's a full swing with no backswing. Just great power.
And right now, Andrew Sao is looking so confident.
And Daryl just kind of shaking his head, thinking, what do I need to do to slow this guy down?
Nine-2.
9-2.
Top edge from Daryl.
2-10.
10 points to 2 here. Players taking their towel break. Daryl's going to have to dig deep for some answers here. This is a pretty tough scoreline to fight back from.
Great point by both players.
10.
Andrew trying to end the match. Daryl fighting just to stay alive.
And he'll play a great backhand to finish proceedings here. An amazing 11-3 game from Andrew Sao. He will guarantee that lead in the Golden Game for the Seattle Spinners. Coach Luba on the bench there, throwing both her hands up. She'll be thrilled with that, as will the rest of the bench. Really great performance from Andrew Sao in that match. Andrew, brilliant match. Great games 1 and 3 from you. Obviously, you played with a lot of power, and you had some great success just hitting through him. Some amazing counters, especially in the third game. What was important for you in that match, knowing that Daryl tends to play quite quick How were you able to get around his speed so that you were able to have the time to play those bigger shots?
I just needed to go more wider to him. Like if I go like too much faster and backhand, I will not win because he's better at that. But if I change him, make him go forehand, I think I have more chance and control him in the short game. And then I have counter loop. If he loops half long to my forehand, I control him.
Okay, so the question I have is for your fans. How do you develop so much power? It seems like from out of nowhere, you're able to finish the ball. What is your secret?
I don't know. I just swing at the ball, and then hopefully
Just swing.
Yeah.
What about any drills at home? Are you more multi-ball? Are you playing more games?
Both, everything. But you
Everything.
play more games, you can develop more better counter loop and everything. But multi-ball is also good too, both of them.
And how have you found things? Obviously, earlier this year, you moved back to Texas. How have you found the environment training there and playing matches for your game?
The training is decent, but I play so many tournaments. Like last month, I played like 3 or 4, and this month I'm playing like 3. So yeah, more tournaments gives me more like feeling for the ball, so I can play every. Yeah.
Good. Some sound advice for other young players out there too. Andrew, congratulations. We'll see you back in the Golden Game.
Thank you.
You know, it's really great to see not just one player like Andrew, but also with Daryl, that next generation of players, being able to show their great skill set, but more importantly, to be part of a team and to help their teams. And this international match coming up right now, Japan versus Nigeria.
Kazuhara Hiramitsu twice, 2016 and 2020, third place in the Japanese national championships. And he'll come up against Olajide Omotayo, the 2019 African men's champion, who we just saw in the doubles matchup. Player with explosive power on both wings, especially on the forehand.
Yeah, just great skill. And the one thing that Omotayo seems to do is hit the big points. It's gonna have an uphill challenge right now with Kazuhara. Both players can put the ball away. All of the Japanese players that are in MLTT. So much power over the table.
Yeah, the quick counter loops. Yeah, we saw Koyo last week and even in his previous matches. Just a superb ability.
Game
As
one.
well as
And I think he
Yano
played
serve,
Ojo last
blah,
week.
Yeah.
So you saw what happened when the power came up against the counters. And
Of course, he had that beautiful barrier jump at the end
Last one.
to send the message and get his team going so strong. Yeah, look for both these players to
1-all.
really make sure that their offense is going.
and Jide
1-2.
down the line. This is an important match for the Texas Smash. They trail 4-8. So right now it's about establishing how much of a lead the Seattle Spinners will have going into the Golden Game.
I don't know if Texas can continue to be in the position they are and give up points, because at some point you're not going to be able to win
3-2.
enough if you're trailing by more than 15, unless you do the ultimate sweep, beating a team 15-0 and then taking the Golden Game to add 21 points. That would,
Haven't seen it happen
yeah,
yet.
the teams are just too evenly ranked and placed to see anything like that.
3-4.
Kazuhara really going for those counters. Maximum commitment. Some great service variations. Mateo flipping that ball into the bottom of the net.
Five, 4.
And that, with Kazuhara just taking
5-all.
their service away and then getting a very strong over-the-table backhand or forehand.
superb play by Kasahara.
Both players going backhand to backhand. Kasahara just finally getting his forehand to land.
And there's that whip counter we were just talking about.
Let 6-5.
Nice slow opening there.
6-all.
Seems like Matayo's just more measured, takes his time, works the point. Kasahara likes to go for the big shot, just played at such a high speed tempo.
6-7.
These are must-win games for Texas.
Oh, and a good decision. A late decision there from Olajide Amateo. Picked up that half-long ball incredibly late, but the kick that he got on that bounce just threw Kasahara off completely.
Oh, both players so fast. Amateo stepping around his backhand. Kasahara said, no problem, I'll just rip it off the bounce, but couldn't get it to land on the wide forehand.
Let
Serves very
7-8.
tight with a lot of spin. So difficult to keep
Let
him short.
7-8.
Just long and deep into the backhand.
8-all.
And Amateo with a smile on his face. He got caught out.
I think if you serve that ball to him 10 times, he steps around with his forehand on 9 of them and hits winners. And there's the strong forehand, but a great block by
8-9.
Kasahara.
Kasahara looking for a bit of an inside-out backhand down the line. Steady on the first two. Amateo. (9-9) here. Kasahara with 2 serves in hand.
Be interesting if he goes for the deep serve.
Let 9-all.
That's a big forehand there by Amateo.
Can't help but feel that Kasahara set that up quite well from the serve and played slightly soft for the
This is a
placement.
big point for Seattle. If they can get this point.
Amateo backs off the table, giving Kasahara the chance to force a golden point here in game number 1. It is the 4th singles and last individual match heading into the golden game. Oh, and Amateo with this stunning backhand
7-10 game
out of
face winner.
nowhere.
That was a blistering backhand. Just took it right off the bounce. Saw it all the way. That earlier one where he got jammed on the serve, he made up for it and then some. Strong spin and just loaded it up. Just cocked his wrist. And now a 9-4 lead with 2 games left. In a possible position, if Amateo takes these 2 games, do they guarantee that they win the team match? Because at 11-4, they give up 6 points.
That would certainly be a relief for Johan Hagberg.
Exactly. But again, they want to add as many points as they can. This is what we saw in some of the earlier matches where a team did have a big lead and then they padded it with an extra 6. That makes it that much.
Yeah, a couple of 18-3 finishes, I think. One on the West, one
Yep.
on the East on the last weekend.
But that backhand, Omotaya.
Omotaya just exhibiting so
Game
much
2,
power in
Texas
his
to
game.
serve. Love off.
Really not hard to see how he was crowned African champion. The level that he's able to raise his game to is pretty phenomenal.
It's really beautiful strokes as well. A lot of the Nigerian players are known for their forehands, but Omotaya is so balanced. These are some nice blocks there. Kazahara staying on the offense. Oh, went for that quick little
Strange change of angle during the
yeah.
forehand flip.
It was like the flip. He didn't want it to go up at all, so he just did a little follow through to keep it nice and low. But Kazahara jumping out 4-0 now with the serve. And now 5-0.
5 love.
It looks like that last game was a wake-up call. Oh, and there's the deep
flips
serve.
it way down the line.
Beautiful combo, forehand step around, but then taking the backhand straight.
Kazahara's earned himself a comfortable lead here in the second. Definitely needs to capitalize here.
Left. 1-5.
Great connection there between the first and second forehands. We've seen a couple of times where Kazahara's backed off the table. Not a position he wants to be in. To get those effective quick counters, he has to hold the table.
Wow, great backhand to backhand exchange by Kazahara.
See how much postural adjustment he has to make on some of those step arounds.
That was a great push by Omotaya off the serve. He's got 2 serves, so this game isn't over. There's a chance to fight back if he can hold his serve. He just lines it up so nicely.
Kazahara just kind of lifted the ball a bit too much there. It was like a multi-ball feed for Omotaya, who's so aggressive on his forehand counter.
Oh, got a lucky net break on that
8-4.
serve return.
Get a freebie there off the serve. Some good deviation after that second bounce.
And there's the power.
Once again.
4-10.
It's tough to try to keep that amount of spin short and low.
11-4. Game 2. Texas net.
Dumping that serve in the net. And as close as the first game was, we've seen more distance in the second with Kazahara winning 11 points to 4.
And this going into, once this game is over, going into the golden game, the Johan Hagberg situation will be quite interesting to figure out.
You have to feel like they would put him out first, potentially, to get that first point out of the way and hopefully get a good lead in the, I guess it depends what the scoreline is going in.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be at least 3 or 4. Because 3 if it's 9-6, 5 if it's 10-5.
So Kazahara stepping things up here, doing a much better job of connecting his shots together and surviving a little bit longer in the rallies. I think he seemed still on the step around a little bit off balance, which is a bit dangerous for him. I think when you play someone like
Game
Amateo,
3,
who's
Seattle
so
to
big
serve.
on
Love off.
having that little bit of extra time to make strong counters, you really don't want to be caught off balance
Love
too
1.
much. Just weakens your shots enough to be picked off.
Oh, going to a backhand serve. Oh,
Swats it away, but Kasahara catches Amateo right on the edge of the table.
Amataya had what he thought was an automatic winner. Kasahara continues
2 love.
to play the ball and just returns it. Now
Shows the difference of him really staying up and holding the table too.
3 love.
Texas bench getting rowdy again. They know the importance here of this game.
back edge.
Bit of an eye roll from Kasahara. Oh,
That ball
what a
had
great ball.
So much spin on that ball. It
So
just-
low to the net as well.
That ball just, the bottom dropped out of it. Again, a great fight to get his forehand in. Amataya just continues to play the big points and the big shots. So on game one, that backhand to finish it. Now, slow start.
Kasahara.
Okay, there's going to be a dispute here. Players can't call the nets. The umpires have to, and Omatara is not going to give it to him. But let's see what they do.
The assistant called that.
Kasahara was
He did it.
saying
The
net
assistant called
from
it.
the start of the point.
He did.
Probably hoping that the umpire would.
See if the coaches get involved in it. Omataya is asking who called the net, and it was actually Kasahara called it. And that's the issue, but I think two umpires and a player are going to overrule. Now you can hear Omataya. He's going to let his emotions be known if he wins this point.
Kasahara throws that one down the line.
And a lot of frustration now for Omataya.
And Amataya gives it right back. Same redirection down the line.
Just letting his paddle do the talking. Great block. Oh, he overplayed that one.
4-5.
Players will switch ends. It's Kasahara with 1 point buffer here in this final third game. It's the last of 4 singles and a doubles. And we'll head into the golden game following this match.
Four, 5.
You can see over the left shoulder of Kasahara, Hagberg getting ready. So looks like we may very well see him in the golden game.
5,
As you said, Sean, probably not a huge surprise given what we saw from him in his singles.
Yeah, such a fighter. Now 2 times Omataya with the heavy underspin on the serve return, just loading it up, moving the ball around, and now with the lead.
Oh, quick hands from Kasahara.
Both players
Big
really
ball.
pulling out all the stops to keep that offense going and to hit winners.
Still anybody's game here in the third.
Great flip by Omatayo, but unable to convert with the
6-7.
follow-up forehand.
simple long push receive from Kasahara is going to force an error. 2 points off the receive. Huge at this stage of the game. Kasahara now with the serve. You can see the Portland Paddlers behind Kasahara there in the corner. Checking out the competition for the weekend. And you can already see towards the second half of the third game, Kasahara giving himself a lot more space on the step around forehand.
Yeah, I think that's the key, is the amount of space so that when he attacks it, he's ready for the next ball, not losing balance. And there it is,
11-6.
the final
Game
point here in
two,
game
second
3 of
match,
the
second
individual.
match, 2 games to 1.
Now the players are having a little bit of a word back and forth. Omotaya not pleased at all with how that net ball transpired.
Kasahara moved on from it pretty quickly. So
No, the umpire did too.
Hiromitsu, Kasahara.
So we're gonna go down to the floor and have league founder.
Kamesh, as Evan would call him.
Yep.
Going to take a look at some small highlights there, some quick reflections of Kasahara's incredible performance in that third game. And you could really see him just lacing those forehands together really seamlessly as compared to some of the other games.
Okay, we got Seattle up 9-6. You'll start with a 3-point lead. Texas, your first pick for a player playing 1 point. Amy Wong is your first. Coach, you're first. Fabiola is your number 1. Your number 2. Johan Hagberg is your 2. Daryl Sao is your 2. And your number 3? Hiromitsu Kasahara is your 3. Coach? Olajide Omotayo is your 3. Who's your 4? Andrew Sao is your 4. Dave Macbeth, your 4. Making Nandan your 5. Nandan Naresh your 5. Making Nikhil Kumar your 5. Correct? Good luck.
All right, well, it looks like we are going to have some new and interesting matchups. We'll have an all-ladies starting out for just 1 point, and then they will come back to drive the show. But Daryl Sao and Johan Hagberg will meet up. We'll have a repeat of the Omotayo.
Interesting to see some fireworks there potentially.
Yeah. And then Andrew Sao will play Macbeth, which will be a change, and then Nikhil Kumar will get a chance to go back against Nandan Naresh.
So the ladies leading out.
And Amy
Zero.
starting, it's a net serve. The umpires have to get ready, but
Amy
she was
serve.
going for the deep
0-3.
serve right out of the box here. Oh,
Bit of a face palm moment there from Amy. Certainly.
if the umpires had their
Daryl.
scoreboards
Daryl.
ready, and it seems
Yes,
like,
sir.
again, they've got to make sure the right player is serving.
All right, this is almost one of the moments we've been waiting for. We'll see how Johan Hagberg handles this. And Sao catching the back edge of the table. Hagberg taking a look up at the lights for the high toss. And a risky play
2-4.
gives you an indication of how far he's willing to go for the Seattle Spinners. Again, distance between 2 feet.
It looked like it went downward.
Definitely went down, so that touched the side of the table. Hagberg just diving around the court here, leaving.
Taking bigger shots than he normally would. But credit Daryl Sal for getting the sweep and evening up.
So the Seattle Spinners' starting advantage has all but dissolved now at 4-4.
4-0.
This is the match we just saw. You can just see the focus.
5-4.
Omotaya taking his time. That ball caught the net. Omotaya smiling a little bit. See the net shake after that last loop. A great opening loop by Omotaya. So wide into the backhand that Kazuhara couldn't step around. I have a feeling that this is going to be going back and forth by 1 point. Oh, solid backhand opening. Kazuhara going for the big counterattack. Just overplayed it cross court.
And Andrew Sal will come out here to face off against Dave Macbeth. Sal playing a really great singles match. Macbeth looking for some redemption after his opening match with Nikhil.
Andrew Sal just wants to get his first attack into play. Nice deep serve. Macbeth needs to do something. Otherwise, we could see a sweep the other way.
Bit of a slow pace on that point there. Macbeth claws one back. Again, a great setup, but not able to capitalize.
It seemed like he took it way too early. The ball didn't quite get above net height as he's driving it. But this is a repeat of the Santa Cruz match we saw between them in singles, which went down to the wire.
And the hook serve, Nikhil Kumar getting vocal.
Trying to create some separation at 11-6 here.
Look at how slow it came off the racket. Just loaded with spin on that serve. And a great backhand follow-up.
Just great placement by Kumar.
Going for a big backhand swing.
And that's what Nandan needs to do. He just has to put more and more pressure. He can't give Nikhil any rope. Oh, another big miss similar to Macbeth's high ball. And now
Amy Wong's going to be back out and
getting to play 4 points this time. But again, we've seen Fabiola Diaz with her aggressive deep serving. And she misses her serve. Trying to go white line to white line.
Fabiola steady opening, Amy Wong handling the placement on that really well as usual. She's a player that is able to play over the ball really well and look for the corner placements as well. Drives through the next ball.
She's brought the Texas team right back on her paddle after missing that initial first serve.
And the deep serve
taking all 4 points.
Now there's definitely some pressure on Johan Hagberg here. Daryl having won all 4 points on their last encounter. Seattle Spinners still in the lead. And Hagberg, a risky placement. Daryl was ready to put that ball down the line.
I think, Matt, this is going to be the heart and soul of this match right now. If Hagberg can take one of these 2 points, the teams are so evenly matched, but you can't give a strong team. And you can just see the pain on Hagberg as he only knows one speed. It's ripped the ball, which just means that that next ball is going to come back that much faster.
And catches the net, and you could see Hagberg winding up for another big shot. He's going for broke right now.
Well, he's happy now. He's done. He's not going to be back out on the court. And what a fight by Hagberg. He's now laying down. And Omotaya with a very smart, controlled opening loop to place Seattle up by 5. This could be a 15-6 point exchange.
And Amateo, he knows the value of these golden game points. Their singles match is behind him.
And I really think his style is perfect for this because he can take the big shot, but he's also got the heavy spin. Kazahara needs to take it down a notch, but that's a good combination there. Big point.
I think if the Seattle Spinners have kind of successfully navigated the Amy Wong matchup and the Daryl Sauer with Hagberg to be in the position that they're in now, they've got to be pretty happy with themselves. We'll see.
Can Andrew Sau do damage here? If he can split things, they'll be at match point.
He goes for the big forehand.
Needs to be able to put a little bit more spin to bring that heavy backhand down. Huge point.
And Macbeth just not finding his shots just tonight.
A little off on everything. Kind of a broken point. Andrew's going to have to do much more than a high, short return. All right, 19-17, Ken Nikhil Kumar.
Certainly both players for the occasion.
If they split, it's Seattle. Nandan's going to have to do something. And he does. Takes a mini break off of Kumar's first serve.
And just catches the edge of the table.
2, 3.
Yeah.
3 huge points for Seattle. And Nandan Naresh keeping Texas's hopes alive with a solid forehand loop.
And Naresh just puts it away to tie things up at 20-all, and it's going to be Amy Wong in the hot seat here against Fabiola.
And I think what Fabiola is, I don't know if they're going to call a timeout right now.
You can see Amy Wong just staring at the ceiling there.
Fabiola has the serve. Is that an advantage or a disadvantage right now?
I don't think anybody knows the answer to that yet. I can tell you one thing, Amy Wong will be feeling unbelievably nervous here. Fabiola clutches it, the long fast serve, and follows it up, and they take one golden point and win the golden game. The Seattle Spinners fighting through. What a performance.
Coming down to Fabiola Diaz against the Pan Am Women's Singles Champion. And
you could actually see in that replay that it was Amy Wong's ball that clipped the net. Fabiola picks it up with her backhand. Safe play. Seattle Spinners win 15-6. And what a thrill. I mean, how things progressed, and you almost wondered if it was big trouble for the Seattle Spinners after that injury of Johan Hagberg. A huge moment for Fabiola Diaz to be in that position. What an outstanding match. Luba, we came into this and we had you out here talking really not that long ago about Johan being in that position of being injured and clarifying that rule and knowing that if he wasn't able to play, then the points will be forfeited in the golden game.
Yeah.
What does it mean for you to come through, and especially for him to get out there and play that golden game for the team and get them over the line?
Yeah. This whole time I was worried between Johan being injured and then playing the game, so point by point, game by game, I still believed. I don't even know what to tell you right now. Sean knows I was checking my heartbeat. It's actually 142, so it's higher than the last time. But I'm still here. I'm very proud of them. That's my saying. It's proud of them.
And what were you thinking after the very first point in the golden game when Amy Wong misses her serve, and then the next time Fabi comes in, she's missing her serve, and then they get paired up for the supreme golden point at the end?
Yeah, actually I wasn't thinking. I was, come here, talk to me. Very proud of her, come here, picture. Very proud of her. And it was really up to her. We didn't tell her what to serve because we didn't want to put the pressure on her. She chose the serve, she did it, and she's the champion again for the team. She took it for the team.
Really fantastic result. Congratulations. We're actually going to take a little chance to speak to Johan
yes.
In a moment. So it's going to be
yes.
a really exciting match. And now you're up 2-1 head-to-head against Texas.
Yeah.
It's a great result for the team. And
yeah, we just have to keep going.
Keep on going. Johan, congratulations. A really great team performance. And from you, I mean, for us in the commentary booth to see you digging so incredibly deep, what does it mean for you, for the team to come back and win and to be out there playing the golden game despite that tough injury for you?
Yeah, the thing is, I've heard that we're a little bit like underdogs this weekend and so on. So I just felt like, okay, we don't have the pressure and people don't have expectations on our team this weekend. So I felt like this would be a good time to perform, basically. So, and regarding my injury, it's, the thing is, I'm not going to lie, I've never been injured like my whole career. So this is like, it was a new experience. Not a nice one, but a new one. So the thing is, yeah, I was in a lot of pain, but I felt like I can, it hurts, but I'll deal with the pain later. I just want to focus on the match, basically. And I want to make sure that I could show my team that regardless what happens, we can win. And the thing is that I was in a lot of pain, but I thought maybe if I push it through, maybe I can get a signed autograph from Rachel Sung. So, you know, and that means, you know, that's any pain, no problem. So, so yeah, but jokes aside, yeah, I'm very proud of my team, and we have a very good team spirit. So, yeah, no complaints so far. Even if we would lose a golden game, I'm very happy that I'm in the team.
So, Johan, it's so impressive. I could see in your first singles match how much pain you were in, and you were trying to keep it from the opponent so they wouldn't notice it.
Yeah.
But then in the golden game, to take those 2 huge points, if you don't win those 2 points, you guys probably don't win because the final thing was a golden point. It came down to 1. So what were you thinking? Changing your style a little bit or just going for bigger shots, hoping that they don't come back?
Yeah. The problem I had at first when there was how I lost the first, I lost it for the 4 points in a row. So the thing is, the reason I don't want to give too many excuses, but I was focusing too much. Oh, what if I'm going to feel a lot of pain? What if I can't move? So I had no focus on how I was going to play. So I was like, okay, I got to change that. So regarding the second time, I just felt, okay, I just focus on the service and just swing it. And, you know, kind of like when you go to a casino, you just hit or miss. So, yeah. And, yeah, so that's pretty much it. Any more questions? Or
You know what? We're going to let you go and get some ice on that or some heat.
Oh, we can talk for 1 more hour. I love the spotlight, bro.
I'm sure we'll have more opportunities to talk to you throughout the weekend. Just keep it going, and we hope that you can recover a little bit before tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Congratulations. It was a great performance.
Thank you for the combo. Changed my life. So, yeah.
Great post-match interview from there, and that's a really decisive win for the Seattle Spinners, and it takes them up to 75 points overall, putting them at the top of the table ahead of the Portland Paddlers. And the Texas Smash, they've got some real work to put in, especially after their performance at home last time. It's going to put them at the bottom of the table. And yeah, it looks like the doubles and the golden game, actually all across the board, even the singles, they've got some work to do. So we're going to see the Portland Paddlers and the Bay Area Blasters, the home team, come up next. A fantastic performance, Sean, and really a bit of a fairy tale. Johan Hagberg, great for us to have a chance to talk to him there after the match, and he seemed in really good spirits, and that just shows you. I mean, this Major League Table Tennis has been already just all about the team, and these post-match interviews, the players have constantly talked about, you know, I'm not out here thinking about myself. I'm trying to do this for the team. It's all about team spirit. Fantastic overall results. Seattle Spinners take it, and it's 21-20, gives them the golden game. Sean, any last thoughts from you really quickly?
Just great play by the Young Guns from Seattle.
And we'll be back in about an hour with Portland and the Bay Area Blasters.